Well,
Bonjour, comment ça va?
très bien, merci.
Bien, bien.
Jason just told us that behind Davis the race is up for the number 2 spot. Do you feel you got a lead on that spot?
No, it's training camp. There's no lead on anything. It's just playing football and having fun. It's a good group. We've been here for a couple of days. Always respected Caleb's game and looking at Davis from afar, and then getting to know James and Joe and E. It's a good group, so I'm just excited to help and be here and play football. Not worried about any of that.
But you did win as a starter in this league, so
Yeah.
What can you bring to a guy like Davis who's leading for the first time, from day one? What can you bring with your experience?
Yeah, anything and everything. I know I can play with as good or better than anybody in this league. So I'll bring a little bit of experience. I'll bring all the mistakes I made. I'll bring the things that I've seen, and maybe he tripped me up the first time, and maybe I can just get him one step ahead, and so he doesn't make that mistake again. But also, right at this point, he's just figuring out who he is. I want to know who he is as a person and how I can help him, how I can support him emotionally or on the field or off the field. It's just about building a relationship so that we can be good teammates and take this journey together.
You've been through what he's going through now. I'm just curious, when you went from being a backup to being a starter, did you lead any differently? What's the biggest change off the field for you?
I think the biggest is there's no space, right? When you're in the backup, you have space. When you're in the 2 or the 3, there's space. There's even at the beginning of every drill, from the micro to the macro. At the beginning of every drill, you're right into it. At the beginning of every period, you're right into it. So you don't get time for that space as much you do when you're back. So he's learning, how to be the first man up every single time. And then there's a level of poise, and you got to find your own space and build your own space. And that's a metaphor as much as it is a reality, in the pocket and all we do as quarterbacks. So I think he's doing a great job of it. He looks comfortable in the offense. He feels comfortable. So it's nice to, having been in the offense for a while. It's always a benefit. I'm just here to help and lend a hand where I can.